We continue to remember the life and times of the late Pravin Gordhan, who we had news this morning has passed away. He was 75 years old. He was in hospital, and it was quite a short time indeed that he was in hospital, where we got the news that in the early hours of this morning he peacefully passed away, surrounded by his family. So that's what we have so far. I know at 12 o'clock this afternoon, the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation is expected to brief the media on, I imagine, the process going forward and how the family, and then of course we should hear from the presidency a bit later in terms of how they plan on remembering and laying to rest the minister. So these are all the details that will come out in the day, but at the moment it's still the news that's filtering into people that were very close and worked with the former minister, and one of those individuals certainly is SACP's Solly Mapaila. Solly, thank you very, very much for joining us here on the program. A rich history certainly that former Minister Gordhan and the SACP had. In fact, he was a member many, many years ago. Perhaps you want to talk to us about the news and your reaction to this.
Thank you, Leanne, and good morning to the viewers. We are really saddened as the Communist Party on the passing of Comrade PG. He was an excellent revolutionary and a consummate public servant. He was a haliber of a comrade. In action, he has done so much for our country, and we want to thank him and to thank his family for allowing him to serve his entire life right up to the end, to serve the people of the country selflessly and without any personal interest. And I underline this point. This was PG's main SO, how to serve, and he taught us how to serve and how to be efficient, how to respond to urgent things that affect the people of our country. So as a Communist Party, we want to send condolences to his family and to all comrades and the people of this country that he so gallantly fought for.
You of course, were a great defender of what Gordhan stood for. You spoke up publicly on many occasions, defending him, speaking to what he believed was right and justful in this country. Perhaps you want to reminisce on those days, and particularly the legacy that you believe that he will be remembered for.
Pravin confronted malfeasance in government, and he confronted all powers that be without fear. And he differed with anyone freely. He was just a complete comrade, and I think he epitomized what a comrade should be, what a revolutionary should be. So it is during those years that when he was finance minister, and a lot of wrong things started happening, he was exposing them. The mid-days of the state kept processes that he confronted this, and he was victimized terribly, removed out and back in different roles, but continued with the work. But it was during that time that I really came to know the true Pravin. Of course, I've known him, but largely the ground in Operation Vula, they used to talk about this Pravin Gordhan. At that time, I was in the Central Committee of the Communist Party, and this is a thing that always used to tease me that, no, sorry, I'm teaching you communism because I've been here before, even if I was no longer in the Central Committee. But we don't judge perhaps membership of the party by that, by serving in a particular leadership structure, but by the value system that you expose it. He demonstrated that how to be trusted as a comrade, as a public servant, and he fought a gallant war. And he was a specialist project manager. And I think that's one of the key failures that we don't see in many other respects in government. But he was able to pull things together, articulate them in a concise way on how to reach the objective as soon as it's possible. That's why he was well known for his efficiency that he demonstrated, particularly when he started at SARS.
Just finally, obviously, when you look back at the history of Gordhan, I mean, between 1977 and 1990, he was an active member of the SACP and the ANC. His relationship with the SACP up until, obviously, I mean, before he left for government, but the relationship that you had with him?
We had a very strong bond with Comrade PG. He was a comrade that when there were difficulties, I'll go to. And as you know, we worked in many of our activities, even when he was publicly attacked, for standing for the truth. It's a moment that I will always cherish in my life. And I also want to thank the family for allowing me to go and see him on Tuesday, to give my last respect to a dear comrade and a friend, and to wish him and the family great memories of him, because that's what he did throughout his life. He was a jolly guy, literally. I mean, outside we know this PG, the tough guy. But there was PG, the light-hearted man, who always took things easy, but very decisive at any point in time. And that's what I think is a major legacy that he has left for us.
All right. We leave it there. Solly, thank you. Thanks so much for talking to us. The SACP's Solly Mapaila.